Actually, I said it right. You said that really weird. Hey guys, what's up? It is Kat and welcome back to the Book Addicts Rehab. Today we are going to be talking about A Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This is the first book to the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series by Laini Taylor. And let me just tell you something. I do own the second book and I should have already read it because this book was absolutely, positively amazing. Laini Taylor's writing is gorgeous. It is vivid, it is colorful, it is very much so in-depth detail of every single character. Like, I could almost just pick out the character from the book and put them in real life and vividly see them. Or if it was created into a movie, I don't know how well they'd be able to capture the essence of these characters and these creatures throughout the book. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, I believe, on Goodreads. If you don't know what A Daughter of Smoke and Bone is, let me just kind of try to explain it to you because I kind of have a hard time explaining this book a little bit. So this book is about a girl named Karu, and Karu has kind of grown up her whole life without really knowing who she is. There's some really interesting tidbits about Karu. One thing is that she is a badass character. She can pretty much kick your ass anytime, any day. And then, of course, her hair dye grows naturally blue. Found that particularly interesting. Like, it was as blue as on this cover. That's how blue her hair was. I found that very interesting in a character. And also, she draws these characters, these creatures, with different body parts of animals, and they may or may not be real. And then, of course, there's these monsters that she also draws, and they may or may not be real as well. The whole thing is so interesting. And then, of course, you have other characters involved in this book, like her best friend, who I found, who while she was in the book wasn't as much, didn't have much of a presence or like a big part in this book. But then you have Avika, and I think I said his name right, and oh my god, he is absolutely beautiful. I get him. I really do. He is my bae. He is just beautiful. But that's pretty much the synopsis of the book. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Oh my god. There are so many things I want to say about this book, and I'm gonna do, most likely, I'm gonna do a spoilerly book discussion at the end. But let me get my feelings out about this book so I can then go into the book discussion about this book. So I absolutely love Karu as a character. I think I honestly connected to Karu very, right away because of the fact that she is an artist, and I love art, and I love drawing, and that's one of my biggest hobbies. So having a characteristic of that character definitely, I connected to her. I loved her attitude throughout the book. She was very playful, but at the same time, she's a very serious character. And she also has so many secrets within her life that she really can't share with a lot of people, which I found super, super interesting. I also found this whole interesting thing where she has these journals full of these creatures that she draws, and people, they look at them and think they're absolutely beautiful, but then you have Karu who believes that they're real as well. Then you have her ex-boyfriend that's also involved in this book, and he's kind of a dick. Let's just say that he's very, how can I put it? He's just one of those jock guys that knows he can get any girl that he wants, and because Karu said no to him and left him, he sees her as a cat and mouse, something that he can catch. You have the whole plot line in general. I honestly think the best thing about this book was the plot line. This book, I feel in my eyes, is very original. The plot line is very, very, very original. It's something that I never read before. I had never read a plot where there just other things involved, and I'm trying to do this without spoiling the book. But the plot line in this book was very, very, very in-depth. I don't think that I could express enough how much the plot really delved deep down. It wasn't just the outer layer of a plot. It was like the in-depth chocolate filling of a donut. You got the little there's some love in there. a forbidden love in there, and you have a strange past as well. There's some like reveals, and there is fighting, and you have swords, and just all round goodness. I absolutely positively think that Laini Taylor's just her whole overall concept of this book is the best thing to ever happen to me. I literally like sped through this book just because of the fact that I couldn't put it down. This is a book that you will not put down, and I definitely recommend that you go and buy it if you haven't yet bought it. If you've read this book, then definitely stick around because I'm about to get into some serious book talk about this book. And if you haven't read this book, I would definitely suggest you click out of this book because we're about to talk some spoilers, and we don't like spoilers in the booktube community. So definitely click out. Yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, if you're still here, that means that you've read A Daughter of Smoke and Bones by Laini Taylor. So let us get into this book discussion. So, okay, let's start with Karu again, because I absolutely love Karu, and I most likely am saying her name wrong. But I love the fact that Karu draws out characters that actually ends up being real. These are her family. Those characters she draws, they're her family. They're legitly her family, even though she doesn't know how they became her family, and she doesn't know how she she doesn't know her own childhood. So that just kind of blew my mind. But these characters that she draws are real, and everyone thinks that they're just characters made up in her head, and people will be like, oh, well, how is this character today, or this, character today in your drawing? And I'm like, wow, that's really insane. But it's pretty dang cool that she literally takes her life and just draws it in a book. So Karu has blue hair, but obviously, I guess it was never always that way. What she did was she wished it blue. I just found the plot to be very, very, very in-depth and interesting. I found it very interesting that she is paid to go out on these missions to collect teeth, and she really never knows why she's collecting these teeth, and she brings them back, and she's expecting something out of it. She's expecting gratitude or something, but she never gets it, and so every time she leaves disappointed. And these characters she draws is some of them have snakes on them. One of them has her main caregiver, I believe, has a goat of a head type of thing, and other people go to her caregiver, and I keep forgetting his name, but then they give him teeth and he trades them wishes. And I found that really cool because that plays a big part, huge part in this book, and I didn't even realize how big of a part it played until the very end of the book. So progressing along, of course, I loved reading about Akiva and how he kind of is stalking Karu. It's really, really interesting because he's just stalking her, and it's kind of creepy in a way. Kind of reminds me of the whole Edward and Bella thing, with Edward kind of being a stalker, but it kind of made sense towards the end a little bit. Karu is an angel or a demon that saved Avika in her past, and she gets her head chopped off because of the fact that she was in love with an angel, and she was not supposed to be, because she was supposed to be in love with this High Lord demon, and he just decides to kill her, and Avika's there watching her death, and then he goes off and becomes depressed, and he finds her again, but then he realizes well, shit, I just killed her family, all that she knows, and that's where you end up with. You end up with an ending where Karu has finally figured out who she is. She finds out that the love of her life killed her family, and now she wants revenge. And now you have a war about to go on, with one love on the other side and the other love on the other side. What is life right now? Seriously, this is just, oh my gosh, if that was in real life, I swear there would not be anybody left in life. If so much destruction. But on that note, definitely, like I said, leave your comments below on this book. Leave your comments. Try not to leave any spoiler comments, but if you do want to definitely go in-depth talk with me on this book, because I love hearing your guys' opinions about just any book in general, definitely tweet me at. Also guys, just give this video a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to my channel for more videos. If this video gets to about 20 likes, I'm going to be doing a video which is called, I'm calling it the Book Addicts Rehab Bookish Catalog or Bookish List, and this is based off of a video that a Book Utopia did where she literally wrote a list of all of her books on her shelves, and I've been meaning to do that for a while, so definitely if this video gets to like 20 likes, I will be doing that video. I will see you guys at my next video. Bye!